This is the first video for the 5-1F lesson. Problem number one states that we're going to use the table of values below um, to write the equation of the line. This is slide two, and also slide three has the same problem with the same points. It just doesn't have the table. And so the steps are we're going to find the slope m from these points in the graphs there just for a visual aid. Then we're going to pick a point from this in an M to solve for B. It doesn't matter which point we pick. And then we're going to, from there, have M and B and put it all together into Y equals MX plus B. And we're going to enter our equation in here, and we'll get some confirmation that we did this correct, as a line should show up that passes through the 3 points. So I'm going to go to my scratch paper, and I'm going to start with my slope formula. And a long time ago, we did slope formula for tables. And what we did was we picked 2 points. It didn't matter which two we picked. If you're not sure what to pick, it might be best just to pick the top two. So we have the point -1, 5, and it's best to write them out like this. We'll call this point 1, and then we'll call this 1 comma -1, point 2. It doesn't matter which point is where, as long as the order of the pair here is still -1 and then 5, and that x1, y1 are together and x2, y2 are together. So I'll double check my points. They look good to go. And I'm now going to plug this into my slope formula that we've used for the last couple of lessons. -1 goes over +1, and +5 goes over -1. Next step is I'll do my sign change. Feel free to pause this video, rewind it, or maybe even try to finish this if you know where we're going with this. We've got -1 plus -5 over 1 plus 1, which is -6 over 2, which is -3. And this other point I don't need to use. I'm never going to really use that. I'm just going to stick with 2 points for my slope. And again, it is best to write them out versus just taking them straight from the table and trying to plug them in. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a point, and I'm maybe going to stick with one of these two. So I'm just going to pick the top one. It does not matter which point I pick. I can pick, it's basically like multiple choice. And any one that I pick will give me the right answer if I do it correct. So I can pick A, B, or C. I'm going to pick A. I'm going to call this XY. And I remove the X1, Y1. And I'm going to plug this into Y equals MX plus B, this, and my M to solve for B. And so I've got 5 is Y, M is -3, X is -1 plus B. 5 equals -3 times -1 is 3 plus B. And I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides to get that B equals 2. So my equation is Y equals -3x plus 2. And then if I want to, I can check this. One of the nice things about a table is I've got 3 points that I can check this with. If I plug in -1, -3 times -1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. And there's a 5 there. We'll test a 1. -3 times 1 is -3 plus 2 is -1. That one checked out. And -3 times 2 is -6 plus 2 is -4, like the table says. So if I do something like that and I want to check, I can be guaranteed that I did this correct. And now I'm going to go back to my Desmos slides, and I'm going to go to the next slide. I'm going to type in my equation, which was Y equals -3x plus 2. And I can see that it passed through those points. And so slide 2 just has the information, and slide 3 has a spot to enter your equation.